Hey everyone, SweetJohnnyCage here. Welcome back to my walkthrough for Dark Souls 3. In part 16, we're going to go through Archdragon Peak, which is a hidden optional area that has the game's, what most people call hardest boss, the Nameless King. So we're going to go through that. Archdragon Peak isn't necessarily a huge area, but there is a lot to get done. This is accessible once you have learned the Path of the Dragon emote, as seen here. I'll show you where to grab that. You will need to have defeated Osiris the Consumed King, so if you haven't done that already, go do that. Show you my character stats. Currently level 93 with 35 Vigor, 10 Attunement, 28 Endurance, 23 Vitality, 40 Strength, 15 Dex, 10 Intelligence, 17 Faith, 7 Luck. Alright, so I will warp to the Osiris the Consumed bonfire. Osiris the Consumed King. So after you defeat Osiris, there will be a door, and you can open that door just by pressing X. You don't have to do anything special, no key required. But on the other side of that door, if you haven't already checked it out, there is a, not necessarily a corpse, but like a set of armor that has an emote on it. So I'll show you that now. Now there is a dragon serpent man here, so make sure you take care of him. So on this corpse right here, there will be a treasure, and that treasure is the Path of the Dragon emote. So what we need to do now is we need to go use that emote in a very specific place. And that place is an Irithyll dungeon. So we can come through here to Untended Graves, and then use this bonfire to warp to Irithyll dungeon. Yeah. So I'm going to assume that you have all of Irithyll Dungeon completed at this point. You kind of need to in order to get the Path of the Dragon emote. I guess not really, but you probably will. So what we're going to do is we're going to run out, and there will be a jailer to our right that we need to kill really fast. Right here. There you go. And then there's going to... I guess we could just skip everything. We could just come down here. And then... Oh, I messed up. That's alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come through here, and then we're going to ignore that jailer. We're going to come up here. So I meant to cross the bridge before. That's alright, though. Alright. Kill this jailer real quick. And there's another one on the far side of the bridge that we need to kill. Very good. Okay, and then we can come over here. And then we're going to drop down and exit through this door. And then on the other side of this is an elevator. And we need to take this elevator down. Again, if you have not unlocked all of this, I just recommend doing that. And then you can take care of it from there. We'll just drop out here. And then you want to, oh boy, you want to use the Path of the Dragon emote right here. And then wait about 20 seconds and you'll be transported to Archdragon Peak. Oh, I guess they patched it to make it even faster. You just have to wait a lot longer, if I remember correctly. But anyway, we are now sitting here. This is our cutscene. And then you just sort of hear a dragon come by and take you. And then you get to go. The way I found this originally was, I mentioned this a few times, but when Dark Souls 3 first came out, it came out about a month early in Japan. It's like literally 4 weeks. And so I downloaded it off PSN and played it. But, you know, all the text is in Japanese. Only the dialogue is in English. So getting the Path of the Dragon emote was not obvious. It just didn't mean it. It was just, kanji. So yeah, I guess not kanji, maybe katakana. But anyway, so I didn't really know, and then I wound up looking it up, and somebody posted on the Fextra Life wiki that like emote is used in Irithyll Dungeon or something like that. It was basically like a Japanese person's entry into the wiki. And so that was pretty helpful. So we found it from there. Alright, so there is a man serpent here at the beginning of Archdragon Peak. Oh boy. These guys can do a lot of damage. They can also parry you if you're not careful. So if they're holding their shield up, you don't want to sort of tempt them with a good time. Their heads can also jut out and really trip you up. So be careful with that. After killing these two, we're going to come over here. You do need to be careful of another enemy, the rock lizard, they're called. in the book. So the rock lizards can be a little tough. I could have sworn there's like a side path here. Maybe not. The rock lizards can breathe fire, but they also just like roll around and break your poise and deal damage to you. They're basically like really brolic bone wheel skeletons, if you want to think about it that way. Anyway, here's a homeward bone. This is an elevator shaft that we'll get to later. This is a shortcut for later, so don't worry about that. We do have a couple of serpents here shooting fireballs, and I'm actually glad I got hit there because it allowed me to just aggro this one, which was my main goal, actually. Okay, and now we can just run up here and kill this one. Yikes. Thought I was going to die in 2 hits. So don't rush too much because there's actually a couple there. Okay. Come over here, chop this guy up. Very good. Don't forget this treasure here, Titanite chunk. There's a lot of upgrade materials here in Archdragon Peak, so don't be afraid to do some exploring. Okay, we're going to come over here as well to a bonfire. It's easy to miss treasures and stuff in this area. I mean, you're in the clouds, so it's just easy to miss white things on the ground, you know? Okay, so I'm not going to rest at that bonfire. Instead, we're going to proceed up. And I'm going to kill a couple more enemies, but we are very close to the first boss, believe it or not. And the first boss of Archdragon Peak is actually a puzzle. You can just sort of, you know, you can challenge it and just kill it normally if you want. I don't really recommend doing that, but you can if you want. Instead, I will show you the, I guess, intended way to get it done. So this guy's over here. He's just sort of skulking. And then hopefully we can get a... Nope, never mind. I was hoping to get a backstab on this guy. These guys can be difficult to get the jump on. Oof. Get the Ancient Dragon Great Shield there. Ah. I was hoping to get the drop on him. Yikes, yeah, these guys are like so fast. You send that to me like so fast? Okay, great. So he's down. I don't think he drops anything guaranteed, but he'll just drop a large shard. Okay, so I'm going to come up here one more time. I think we left the treasure. There's one here. Titanite chunk. Like I said, a lot of upgrade materials here in Archdragon Peak. Okay, very good. Wonderful. So there is a gate to be opened here. You can actually come over here as well. I kind of forgot about this little area. If it weren't for that serpent man walking around, I would have missed this. Okay. And here's the lightning clutch ring. Very good. Okay, so we're going to pull this lever and open this gate now. And then as soon as we walk into this area, the boss is the Ancient Wyvern, and he's going to fly in. And so I'm going to lower my volume. Otherwise I'd be yelling the whole time. So basically what we have to do is we have to do a plunging attack onto the boss, and then it'll die in one hit. There's a way to glitch that by sort of jumping off the environment a little bit and just sort of getting your character into the animation state that would allow you to do a plunging attack. And that saves you a ton of time. It's like a speedrun strategy. I'm not very good at it. Like I said, you can just challenge the boss if you like. There's nothing stopping you, but it is pretty hard. So we're just going to run under the boss, and then we're going to run to the left. Hopefully it doesn't stop us. Ignore all the treasure in here. It's not worth picking up at this point. There's nothing here that like will help you in the fight at all. And you can just continuously ignore everything. And then we're going to run out here. Yep. Some of these guys can throw fireballs at you if you're not careful. There really is no like safe zone. Some of these guys will drop, and that becomes a nightmare. We're going to come up here. And then, yep, that guy always does. I actually forgot about him. So we have some guys here. One throwing fireballs, and the other one has like a sickle that can deal a lot of damage. It also does damage on the backswing. So when he's recalling it and pulling it back to him, it can deal quite a bit of damage. So this guy's here. I'm going to try to get on the ladder. Yes. All right, hopefully we can get up top. Perfect. So once you're up here, you are moderately safe. Oh, wow. Okay. Jesus Christ. That was a sickle doing that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come over here. And then we're going to drop here. We're going to drop here. And then we just get a plunging attack on the boss, and the boss dies. Oh my god, that's never happened before. Wow. Okay, there we go. I think what was happening is that I was pressing R1 too early. And so I was just immediately in the plunging attack animation rather than like falling forward and then pressing R1 kind of at the last second. But that gives us the dragon headstone, and then we're actually going to get teleported. So a bell rings, and we get summoned up to the top of Archdragon Peak. Not necessarily the top, but pretty close to it. Believe it or not, it's actually just the end of the boss fight, so it's basically just saying, okay, like, you did the full loop, you dropped down, we'll just take you back up top. That's kind of what it is. And your ember gets restored, which is likely going to bite us. So what I'm going to do, because there's generally a decent amount of PvP here, is I'm going to rest at this bonfire, and then I'm going to kill myself. Because I don't want to deal with PvP while I'm here. I want to try to get this place done within the next 38 minutes. Full disclosure, I have a work meeting, so like, I'm trying to get this done. Alright, recover our souls. And then there's actually a bit going on here. So up top, we have a summoner. And so the summoner... Oh. The summoner is able to summon this guy. So a couple things can actually be summoned. It can either be a knight, or it can be... more or less Havel the Rock Johnson. So Havel... It's not exactly Havel, it's more like maybe disciples of Havel, if you will. But there is a specific reason why I am wasting time killing this guy. And that is because when you kill him... Oops. When you kill him... Oh, dude, come on. How are you, like, not able to be backstabbed? When you kill him a certain amount of times... his armor appears on the corpse that you got the Path of the Dragon emote from. So it's really important that you kill him several times. And like, oh, whoa, let's all take it easy here. All right, very good. So basically, I think, I'm gonna look it up, but he does drop that sword. And then I will look it up in a second. I don't think another one got summoned, but can never really be sure. It did. Wow, okay, that's a little unfortunate. I'll look it up in a sec. This should be a little bit easier now that the summoner's not around. Much easier. Okay, very good. Let me just look this guy up really quick. Drakeblood, set DS3. After killing the Drakeblood armored enemy at Archdragon Peak, return to the shrine behind Osiris. Okay. I think you had to kill him multiple times. Okay, so, yeah, his armor should now be available. We'll go to get it a little bit later. I thought you had to kill him multiple times, though. I guess not. Anyway, let's come out here. And then be careful coming out here, because these are these rock guys I told you about. These guys are no joke. So they look cute and cuddly, but they are no joke. They can breathe fire just like that, and then they can sort of become like rolling stones. They could do a little Mick Jagger to you, just like that, yep. And they can, like, curl up into balls and just keep coming, so be careful. Alright. Grab this treasure. Again, it's one of those that's hard to see. And then you can see here, this is the first bonfire, so we're pretty close. back in this big room. The other bonfire's through there. You want to use the Path of the Dragon emote here to get the... God, what is this ring called? I can't remember. We'll see in a sec. The Calamity ring. So if you are a fan of Dark Souls 1, you should be very familiar with the Calamity ring. It's the reward you get for killing Black Dragon Calamity in Dark Souls 1. So basically what that does is it makes it so you take double damage, which, I mean, it's just for challenge runs. You take this elevator down, and this elevator goes back to the start of Archdragon Peak, down to the first bonfire. So, what we will do... I'm trying to decide exactly how I want to play this. I'm going to take it back up. We're going to do this backwards. We're going to clear out the Ancient Wyvern boss area next. We could have done it from the front, but it's actually easier to do it from the back. In my opinion, at least. My girlfriend giggled at that one. Okay. So, let's go ahead and drop off here. And then come around here. Right. Over here. And there's a treasure at the far end of this little catwalk here. Good. Twinkling Titan. I gotta turn the volume back up. I noticed that I tend to yell when there's boss music in my ears, so I turned the music down before. Alright, you drop down. Just double checking here. Drop down again. Drop down again. That's a big one. Yeah? Should have rolled backwards when you drop here. Or into the side, rather. Okay. And then, bang. We're back at the beginning. So it's easier to do it that way, just because you can sort of like get up that ladder without having to do the entire circuit. So before you turn left, be sure to turn right, because there's treasure over here too. Get an ember. I don't think it's anything major. Another ember. And stalk dung pies. So a bell is ringing. I don't know if that's connected to online, like the gargoyle bells, or like the gargoyle and Quelaag bell are in Dark Souls 1. I can't be sure. I think it might be, actually. That sounds like a feature they would bring back. It's like one of the coolest features of the game. So that could have been somebody else ringing that bell, is what I'm saying. Start chopping up the serpentmen. But there's a lot of treasure here. Yikes. God, they really slice and dice. Wow. Chop his neck. Okay. Cool. And then we went down this hallway to the right the first time, but that's not what we're going to do the second time. This time we're going to go to the left and see who was spitting fire at us earlier. Great. Man Serpent. Wow, that's actually a fairly uncommon drop, so that's nice. Titanite. This is where the majority of the treasures are in Archdragon Peak. Okay, we're gonna come up. Just don't forget that somebody's gonna drop behind us once we get out here. Yep. Ooh, yikes, man. That was a lot of damage. Alright, so that's a parry stance right there. You don't want to mess with that. Okay. Don't forget that there's one waiting for you right here. He comes out real quick. Okay. So you can hear their footsteps, so you know that they're around. Yeah, here he comes. I'm going to take this one down here. I'm going to take this call outside. No, he got stuck. Poor guy. Oh, he's unstuck now. Congratulations. Wow, the hatchet again. Okay. Maybe it's not as rare as I once thought. Anyway, now we can fight this dude. He was never a bother to us before, but... Oh, God. Sweet Jesus. Wow, that was on the edge of that hitbox, for sure. Oh. Damn, that roll just cost me good damage. Yeah, all of these guys can breathe fire. Don't forget that. Whew. Okay. Right, that's where that was. Let's go up again, make sure I didn't forget anything. It's gonna be the first time Dark Souls has had a moon. Well, nah, that's completely untrue. Plenty of moons in Dark Souls. You get the Moonlight Greatsword, right? Gotta have moon for that. Alright. So, this is probably like the hardest little encounter here. What we gotta try to do is get the one with the sickle to come over here without falling victim to the fire spitter. Luckily, his flames go on a downward angle, so... I was about to make a liar out of me. I'm glad I didn't say it. I was going to say it's like tough for him to actually hit you, but clearly it's not. God. It's insane how much damage that can do. Alright, cool. So he's down. That's like the hardest enemy up here, so great job. We're going to go over the bridge now. Don't forget, though, it's not just this guy. There's the one with the shield back there, too. So if you can, yep, do just that. Okay, it's definitely linked to online play. Ugh. Okay, very good. So that's the whole ball game, if you will. And we are now back in this room where we got the Calamity ring. So great job. I'm just going to check up here really quick to make sure I didn't forget anything. I don't think I did, but just want to make sure. No. Okay, very good. So what I'm going to do is... because I only have 2 flasks and the next bonfire is like nowhere near here, I'm actually going to reset. What I'll do first, though, is I'll show you where to... We'll go get Homeboy's armor, the Drakeblood. Take all this crap off my bar. Yeah, there it is. Okay, I could have sworn you had to kill him like 3 or 4 times. Maybe that's for Havel or something? I don't know. Anyway, there's the Drakeblood set on that same corpse. Let's warp back to Archdragon Peak. Just double check Havel. Because sometimes those guys can summon Havel. Okay, great. So what we're going to do is we are now going to rush the summoner. This way we don't have to deal with Drakeblood buddy over there. And possibly Havel. I didn't see who got summoned. Alright, it's Mr. Drakeblood. Let's go kill him real fast. Sometimes they can summon Havel. It's not actually Havel, it's just like somebody who looks like Havel. Come on. Alright, great. Anything? You got anything? No? Alright. Come down here. You gotta look into these little alcoves. Yep, be wary of left. There you go. Sometimes in these little alcoves is a enemy. Oh my god. He's not gonna be the only one. He's not the first and he won't be the last. He's trying to lay a trap. There's one more here. Great. Oh, I actually forgot about him. I feel like there's somebody on the right as well. Yeah, I don't know if this guy's gonna be backstabbed. Oof. Jesus. Alright. Oh, I guess this would have been the queue, right? Could have snuck up on him. It's alright. Come up here. Get the Thunderstone plate ring. Walk along these little catwalks here. Again, wind being added as a diegetic sound in Dark Souls 3 was such a cool idea. So we're going to run across. And naturally there's a crystal lizard here. Titanite scales. We're going to come outside. And outside, we're actually going to deal with a Wyvern that is killable, but I just don't ever bother. Similar to bone wheel skeletons, yeah, these guys like don't really have a set rolling pattern. They just sort of roll and then keep rolling until they don't feel like it anymore. So you do have to be careful with them. Great. So there is a Wyvern right there that will drop. You can kill it, however, I don't know what I want to do exactly. Kind of don't want to waste the time. I don't think... Let me just check the wiki here. I don't think you get anything for it. Oh, I'm going back inside. Drop 6 Titanite chunks, 3 Titanite scales, and 3 twinkling Titanites. I don't care. Alright, so we're gonna run. It may step on us, but we shouldn't die. I mean, I'm saying that, right? Oh, please don't cook me. Jesus. Okay. Anyway. Come in here. I don't think it's even guarding anything. Just trying to peek over here. I really don't think it's guarding anything. The dragon's flame. Oh god. See, like I said, they just roll till they don't feel like it anymore. Like no rhyme or reason to these things. The dragon's flame does damage them. So like, oh my good lord. If I survive the Wyvern and I die to these things, I don't deserve anything. Jesus. Oh my god. I'm hesitant to go outside into that next room. Because there's an enemy in there. Oh my god. This is sad. There's one. Two. Bro. Please stop. Oh my god. Let me drink. This is terrible. Oh my god. Okay, so what I was trying to see is the Wyvern guarding anything? It is not. Okay. Mystery solved. Great job. Alright. So, there's that guy summoning someone. So we can deal with this unkindled. He has Walnir's crown on, which I always thought was weird. This sort of like gives me like Ricard vibes from Sense Fortress, just with the rapier. Oh my god. I didn't even actually remember that, but he drops Ricard's rapier. So, there you go. Praise the sun, of course. What else? What else would you praise? Dirty blasphemers. Okay. So we're very near a bonfire, believe it or not. I'm not going to do that. Don't do that. You sort of doom yourself by doing that. Okay. So this lever summons the boss. We're not going to pull it just yet. It also changes the environment a bit. It sort of makes a storm appear. It doesn't affect any of the enemies or anything, so if you want to change the ambiance, go for it. But the storm will not go away until you kill the boss. Alright, so let's clear out this area. There's a lot going on here. A lot of serpent men. Big and small. Jesus. I should do a tally on how many times I say Jesus in a walkthrough. I'm trying to just be careful here and try to bait these guys into following me. I don't think it's working. Anyway, there's a number of big serpent men in these little walkways here. So I'm trying not to aggro them. Let's come down here first. So we're actually below the boss arena right now. Get ourselves an ember. Alright, so what I'm about to do now is I had mentioned that, you know, those summoner... Oh, are you kidding me? Wow. Oh my god. those summoners can summon Havel. But it's not really Havel. It's more like a acolyte or a follower or something. So what we're going to do now is we are going to take out Havel ourselves. And so the summoners can only summon Havel Knights if Havel is alive. I don't know if this is actually Havel, like the same one from Dark Souls 1. Also, there's speculation that that may not have even been Havel. But for all intents and purposes, this is Havel. But he is, like, weirdly fast in Dark Souls 3. But you can still parry the hell out of him. He is very strong, still using a Dragon Tooth, but he moves a bit faster. Yikes. Shouldn't have done that. You really don't want to drop below, like a, damn. You really don't want to drop below, like, a decent amount of health. Nope. Oh, right. I forgot the Dragon Tooth in Dark Souls 3 allows him to get rock armor. So it makes him incredibly heavy, but his attacks deal just as much damage. Oh no. That was a mistake. Alright, so now he doesn't have rocks anymore. Big yikes. Alright, I'm going to stop trying to parry him. I'm just going to fight him. So his attacks take a lot of energy for him to use. Like, they take a lot of stamina. So he's relatively simple to counterattack. But you don't want to go for too many successive hits. And if you notice that he sort of drops to one knee, go in for a riposte. Because that's what that's about. Okay, Havel take 2. I sort of saw my own demise there. As soon as I rolled, I knew I was dead. As soon as it happened, I just knew. That's okay, though. Just do it again. I got greedy there. No other way to describe that. God. Diggity damn it. I keep doing the same thing. Keep being greedy. Yeah, like, I don't know why I think I can trade hits with this guy. I'm playing like a dummy. Alright, I didn't manage to get the backstab before he fully did his thing. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just always have to try it, You can't stop me. That was a late riposte there. Yeah, his rock armor literally halves the damage he takes. He took 98 on the last time we had that exchange. Yikes. Luckily, he really does not have much stamina, so... Just patience. That's really all you need. Oof. Yikes. I thought I was too close to that one. Cool. Alright. That's Havel. So... Havel Knights can no longer be summoned. Just keep that in mind. Killing him, you get the Dragon Tooth and Havel's Great Shield. And then you get a Titanite Slab that he was guarding. And so what you can do now is with that Wyvern, if you want to kill it, you can actually just like stand here. I think if you summon it, you can just stand here and wait. We'll drop down, though. Get the Great Magic Barrier. Okay. We can come over here. And go back inside. So, given the time, granted I don't upload these live or anything, but given the time, who's she going to summon now? Is there a card again? But given the time, and given that I... What the hell was that? Okay, my enemy just committed suicide. Given the time, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you where to get Havel's armor. And then I'm basically going to record this walkthrough at 2 different times, just because I do have a meeting to go to. So let's go to the Swamp of Farron, and go to the Old Wolf of Farron bonfire. And if you remember, we killed a stray demon on the roof of this building way back when. I think that was like part 4 of the walkthrough. Maybe part 5. And so, if you remember that, you want to go back there. And waiting for us there will be Havel's armor set. I always forget to like go back to places after you like transition the skybox. I always forget that, but like the world really does look beautiful every single time, like every time cycle. It's great. But like I said, there will be a stray demon here if you didn't kill it already. And then there's Havel's set. I actually want to read the lore to see if that really is Havel. What the hell is it? There we go. Armor as if hewn from a giant boulder, highly protected but excessively heavy. The warriors who followed Havel the Rock never flinched nor retreated from battle, crushing any foe that stood in their way. So, just as if they're a warrior of Havel. Doesn't say that it is Havel. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, what we'll do now is we will, I guess, travel back to Firelink, level up a couple times, and then go back to Archdragon Peak, and then that is where I will take my break. And then I'll come back and record the rest of this. So let's warp out of here. Go to Firelink Shrine.
Well, very then take nourishment from these sovereignless souls.
Go Faith. Go to 20 Faith. I gotta attune a Miracle to actually make use of that. But I think the stuff I want to use is like not accessible to me. What do we got? Lightning Stake. I think Spear. Yeah, I don't even know what the attributes to use Lightning Stake are. 35. Okay, we'll get there eventually. We'll leave it in there. But yeah, so let's go back to Archdragon Peak. And then I'm going to seamlessly transition this into my next recording. So we're back 24 hours later. I had that meeting, got dinner, and then decided to just not play for the rest of the night. So we're going to come back down here into this open area. We're going to clear out these enemies, and we're going to start heading towards the actual peak of the mountain. How dare you. Also, I hate these emotes. I wish I knew a way to disable them. So we have to be very, very careful with how we approach this. because there's, yeah, all these guys that are about to come out. Literally trying to avoid that. I was trying to kill the small guy first. Giant yikes. So again, this is the parry stance. Don't hit them when they're doing that. Okay. Got him. Got a few more guys in there. It's a really, like, tough little gauntlet that you got to get through. Luckily, one of them's being blocked by a small one, so that's nice. So I'm just going to let this guy come out here. Again, be liberal with your flask usage here. We're going to go to the bonfire again before the boss, so you don't need to, like, conserve. Oh, wow. That was dumb. And that wasn't the smartest thing either. I shouldn't be trading hits with this monstrosity. Very good. Lightning gem, nice. Okay, so let's try to get these guys out of here. I do think it's just these two left. One of them has a sickle though, so that's tough. Yeah. It's really not a sickle, it's an axe on a chain. I should be proper about that, really. But... Yikes. Ow. Okay. Oof. Drink. Oof, that was risky. That was a risky hit. I wasn't 100% sure if his health was actually all the way down. Okay, cool. So now that we just have corpses littering the whole establishment, let's go up here. I don't think there's anyone left, but I could always be wrong. Okay. Alright, so up here on the peak, what we need to do is we need to use the Path of the Dragon emote one more time at this altar. This person has left us a hint, very kind. Let's go ahead and use this, and then you'll get an item. So that's the Twinkling Dragon Torso Stone. And you can use these to transform into a dragon as part of a set. And then you can use that for PvP. Alright, so going back down, there's still a couple of items left to get before we actually go for the boss. Before we actually fight the boss, I need to check the poll I put up last night. So after I, left for that meeting that I mentioned, I put a poll on my YouTube channel, or on this channel, I guess I should say, asking people, how many attempts do you think it'll take me to kill Nameless King? And the 4 choices were first shot, second time's the charm, 3 to 5 attempts, 5 to 10 attempts, or 10 plus attempts. So we shall see what the results are. Last time I checked, it only had like 90 votes. I'm not expecting a ton of votes, but yeah. There's the Dragon Chaser's Ashes. So that's probably like the last set of ashes that you're going to get, at least for the playthrough. There's always ashes that are contextual and don't always appear unless, specific conditions are met. Okay, so that's basically all of Archdragon Peak. Let's go back to the bonfire and rest. it is now time to fight the boss, the Nameless King. This is actually a 2-boss encounter. The first boss is the King of Storms, and the King of Storms is basically like a wyvern that you got to kill, and the Nameless King is riding it. And then it's actually pretty easy to kill. And then the real boss fight begins with the Nameless King. The Nameless King is sort of just like a duel sort of boss. It's just a 1v1, knight versus knight. But he does have a lot of lightning-based attacks, so you have to be careful of those. One of them is actually, I think it's actually Lightning Stake, believe it or not, the miracle that I have that I can't use. But he'll basically like throw lightning into the ground or summon lightning, and then you gotta wait a second, and then lightning will disperse along the ground, and you gotta roll through it. So it's pretty deadly. He can also move very quickly. So we pull the lever to summon the boss. Okay, so just like it is today in New Jersey, a storm has rolled in. And so what we do is we can actually walk on these clouds, which is really cool. I like this idea. This confused me at first. I didn't really know where to go, but then I just sort of took a leap and realized. All right, so let's traverse the fog and fight the boss. So here comes the first boss. You can see Nameless King riding on top, and this is King of the Storm. So King of the Storm is just a dragon boss. Its feet don't take much damage. So what I recommend doing is attacking the head. The head takes significantly more damage, but of course you got to be in like a precarious position in order to get to the head. So you want to just keep an eye on things. The Nameless King will shoot down lightning. You got to watch out for that. And then he can also melee you if you're not careful. Yikes. Yeah, it's a delayed hit. Oh, man, he delays the hits so well. He's so good at it. Alright. And then he also does have a flame breath, which you gotta watch out for. It's sort of like a sweeping flame breath. Yeah, this is it right here. So you can actually just stay to one side to him and like never worry about it. So this is King of the Storm. Probably just a couple more hits are necessary. Oh, God, come on. Yikes. Alright. Oh, dude, come on. Alright, so you just gotta get him down to like 1 HP. That's King of the Storm. And then in Ornstein and Smo fashion, Nameless King dismounts and absorbs the energy of his fallen companion. With those delayed hits, you really just want to pay very close attention to the boss. He's sort of like baiting you into rolling early. That's really what it is. So you gotta just look at him, and then once he starts to come down with his attack, that's when you roll. I didn't do a great job of exemplifying that because I sort of panicked a couple times, but that's the general idea. All of his attacks are really easy to avoid, as long as you realize he's delaying them. But this is Nameless King. This is everyone's favorite boss. So 22% of people said I could do this on the first try, so let's find out. Yikes. Shouldn't have done that. Oh. Ow. Man, he moves so fast. Yeah, I'll survive that. Yeah. Oh my god damn, dude. Oh no. I need to get the hell away from him, man. There we go. Alright. I feel like we're back in it now. So, I don't recommend locking onto him, even though this is like a 1v1. I don't recommend locking on because he moves around so fast. It's just not worth locking on. So, yep, that's a lightning-based attack, obviously. And he's gonna do this, point it up to the sky, the lightning hits, and then it disperses along the ground. You gotta be careful. Yeah. That's the one that I was warning you about. So once you see that sort of like... Jesus. Once you see that orb on the ground, that's... Yikes. That's when you want to pay attention and roll away. But you really got to make sure... So this is Lightning Stake. Believe it or not, there's going to be a storm, I think. Maybe not. But yeah, you don't lock onto this guy. It's just not worth it. I don't ever recommend hitting him more than once or twice. I just went 3 times there. Yeah, that was a giant mistake. That might have killed me. Wow, I don't know how I just survived that. That was a mistake. I should not have hit the button there. Oh, damn. He followed that up. I was not expecting to follow up there. Again, we're just rolling through everything. Yikes. That's Nameless King. First try. 22% of you said I could do it out of 199 votes as of this recording. So there you go. I'm so happy I was able to do it the first try. That's Nameless King. First try. It's a really hard boss. But the thing that makes it difficult is he delays all of his attacks. So he plays like a player. He's playing mind games with you. The AI on this boss is very, very intelligent. So once you sort of realize that you don't want to roll like as soon as he like cocks back his spear or sword or whatever, like that's the trick. The trick is just staring at him until the attacks actually happen and then rolling through. He doesn't have many attacks. The lightning spells can be a little tricky. Especially the one where it puts an orb on the ground and then the orb disperses. That's kind of hard to time, especially because he can come after you while that's happening. But that is Nameless King. Okay, so one thing I want to mention, unfortunately I don't have my Japanese version downloaded onto my PS5. But there's a bug that can happen where the... There's a bug that can happen where the weather never goes away, so it remains stormy. That is currently how my Japanese version is, my Japanese save is, and sadly what that means is that all this treasure is inaccessible to you. So this Titanite slab, you can't get it. It sucks. There's no way around it other than just going to New Game Plus and doing it again. But yeah, it is a thing that can happen. So if that has happened to you, I'm sorry. There is no way around it. You just have to go to New Game Plus and try again. Yeah, kind of unfortunate, but that's the way it is. And I don't think that's a Japanese-only glitch. I do believe that can also happen in the American version, but it only happened to me in the Japanese version. So I played Dark Souls 3 Cinders. I've mentioned this several times during this walkthrough. So I'm a little confused as to what's here and what's not. In Cinders, there was like several unkindled and enemies in here and all sorts of stuff, so this was like not a safe trek. Alright, you get the Dragon Slayer set right there. Very good. Ornstein set. And then you can see a treasure over there in the gate. So believe it or not, this gate leads back to the beginning area. Great, Dragon Slayer Spear. So, what I want to do... Yeah, so this area is where the first bonfire is, right through this little doorway where my knife point is. So, that's where we are. We're back there. The gate automatically opens. What I want to do, though, is I want to come down here because there's something that I never did here. And I can't remember if I actually missed anything or not. So I want to check this out real quick. Man, first try, Nameless King. So the total votes were first shot 22%, second time's a charm 24%, 3 to 5 attempts 30%, 5 to 10 8%, and 10 plus 17%. So 22% out of 200 viewers. So 20 people, no, 40 people, 44 people, yes. I'm not good at math. 44 people thought that I could do it. First try. Thanks for having faith. I'm sure you're all big George Michael fans. Oh my god, dude. Jesus. So the thing I didn't do... Unless am I mistaken, did I do this? Oh my god. Get away from me. I know I did not kill the Wyvern. I'm not going to. Oh, I'm out of Estus. Whoops. Oh, this is a bad idea, dude. This is a terrible idea. All right. The thing I'm not sure if I did or not was like go up to one level of the rafters. So I'm just wanting to check that out. Hey, and just like in game, the storm has cleared here in New Jersey. So Storm King works in mysterious ways. Man, I'm really so happy I did that first try. Is there anything up here? Yeah, there is. No, there's not. But now is there anything on the other side? Again, having played Cinders, I just get confused. Because everything was rearranged in that game. Fantastic mod. If you have the PC version of Dark Souls 3, please check out Dark Souls 3 Cinders. I really cannot recommend it enough. It's a fantastic mod. Oh, wow. He parried me. How dare you? You know, it's kind of funny, I think I did this. I'm pretty sure I did all this, so never mind. Yeah, there was a lightning gem up here or something like that. Yeah, I did all this. Okay. Yeah, and then this goes to the Wyvern, who I'm not going to kill. Yeah, okay. All good. Alright, let's go back to Firelink Shrine, and we'll end the walkthrough after we level up. So there's only one more part of the walkthrough for the base game, and that is for the final boss. So now is the time to shore up any endings that you need to get or anything like that. Yeah, so keep that in mind. Let's just see what the Dragon Chaser's Ashes unlocks. Dragon Chaser's Ashes. This unlocks Titanite Chunks, Twinkling Titanite, and Titanite Scales. So great set of ashes. This will allow you to level up weapons all the way up to +9 without having to actually farm for anything. So we got shards, large shards, chunks now. Cool. Alrighty. Let's level up.
Well, very then
And then let's go Faith.
farewell, Mace.
Okay, so like I said, this is basically the end of Dark Souls 3 now. We're just going to, in the next walkthrough, we're going to put all of the Lords of Cinder on their thrones, go to the final area of the game, and defeat the final boss. If you have not already done Untended Graves, you should go do that. I have a walkthrough for that in the playlist. There's an item there that gives you access to 2 endings, which are the Eyes of a Firekeeper. It's basically too late at this point to do the Usurper of the Flame ending. That all has to be done before you get to Anor Londo. Really, it has to be done before you get too far into Irithyll, the Boreal Valley. So, too late for that. That said, I have unlocked that ending, so I now have access to all 4 endings if I want. And you'll see how that works in the next part of the walkthrough. But if there's any more questline stuff that you need to do it now. I will tell you, though, defeating the final boss in Dark Souls 3 does not automatically send you to New Game Plus. So you get a choice. You still get credits and everything, but you don't go to New Game Plus until you want to. So there's no harm in killing the final boss. You can still access all the DLC. You can level up. You can farm. You can do some of the quest lines that are remaining, such as Hawkwood and stuff like that. So don't worry about that. And after you place all the Lords of Cinder on their thrones, the Transposing Kiln is still accessible. It is still on Loveless Throne, so don't worry about not being able to forge boss weapons or anything. But that'll do it for this part of the walkthrough. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. If you're looking for more guides for Dark Souls 3, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new guides go live. If you're interested in supporting the channel monetarily, please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the blue join button below this video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and on Twitch, and as always, I'm SweetJohnnyCage. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.